Hi, welcome to my presentation. So today I'll be discussing the Community and Public Health project that we've been allocated to, and we'll be giving you a brief overview of what our project entails. So our project's been conducted at Caulfield Community Health, which is a community health centre in Caulfield, Melbourne. So as you can see, their purpose is to improve the lives of patients, families, the community and humanity as a whole, and provide services for people of all ages. So this centre is relevant to us as dietitians, and our project, as one of the services provided by Caulfield, is around nutrition and nutrition recommendations for children specifically. So you can see their beliefs listed below, and just noting their excellence through research and education, which is relevant to our project as well, and our project will help to improve that. So our supervisor, the dietitian, is a member of Caulfield Community Health's health promotion team, which involves engaging with the community with the aim of improving health and well-being. So her role involves seeing individual clients, but it also involves doing childcare and school incursions on a variety of nutrition topics. So our project will help ensure that the topics she delivers are delivered in an effective, risk-averse way, and that they aid age-appropriate learning. So a bit of background around our project. So as we know, there's a strong association between diet quality and health status, particularly regarding the role of nutrition and the prevention of disease later in life. So children are at a stage where any nutrition intervention can make a significant difference to their overall health, as eating behaviours learned at school can make a big difference to their behaviour and is then more likely to be practiced later in life. Nutrition education programs have been shown to influence knowledge, attitudes, skills, and behaviours towards healthy eating in children when they are executed appropriately. However, a lot of education programs can be stigmatising and not appropriately targeted to the developmental learning stages of children, which can cause more detriment than good, and it can cause undesirable consequences and take-home messages. Therefore, the aim of our project is to thoroughly look into the correct pedagogy or teaching of school-aged children. So this leads us on to our goals, objectives and strategies. So our overall goal is to improve the diet quality and nutritional intake of school-aged children to improve overall health outcomes and decrease the risk of disease later in life. There are several objectives that can be achieved to reach the main goal, as you can see on the screen. However, in this project, our objective relates to improving the nutrition-related knowledge of school-aged children. So the strategy we'll be using to reach this objective is looking into the correct pedagogy for the development of appropriate nutrition education programs for schools. So here you can see the program management cycle in relation to our project. So the first stage is the needs assessment. So in our project, the target population is school-aged children, obviously, and the data we'll be collecting first is related to the need for nutrition education in children, including the benefits and its effect on health outcomes and behaviour change. Then more specifically, we'll be undertaking research on the importance of age-appropriate education and what the outcomes are of nutrition education that isn't age-appropriate. Next is the planning phase, which includes the goals, objectives and strategies as discussed in the previous slide. And then that's followed by the implementation phase. So this includes the recommendations that we'll be making to be implemented by our supervisor, including recommendations for age-appropriate teaching. And these are obviously based on the research that we'll be conducting. Then lastly, the evaluation phase will involve the development of an evaluation tool, which will help educators determine the appropriateness of their education centres for the target age group. So we need to make sure that all our recommendations are research informed, and there are several key theories that might provide information for age-appropriate learning. So I have a few of them here. The first one is the learning and educational theory. So that describes how school-age students absorb, process and retain information during learning. So this might provide information about learning styles at each group, which would inform the correct way to teach information to target these learning styles. The second theory is Piaget's theory of cognitive development. So it's broken up into 4 stages, and it's specifically concerned with child learning. So each has implications on how children learn, and then therefore shows the most appropriate and effective ways to educate them depending on which stage they're in. And lastly, the social learning theory is more specific to nutrition education, and it's very commonly used and seen as effective for developing behaviour change interventions. So the concept involves learning specifically in children and how the environment influences the child's behaviour, as well as how the child can then influence the environment. These are my references. Thanks for listening.